All right.
Shayna,
Oh my gosh, we're rolling. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hi. You're so cute. Yeah, I can't stand it.
It's yet another fantastic award-winning.
Oh, are we award winning?
Well,
I think you're making that up.
We will be.
Manifesting. We're
Episode,
manifesting.
putting it into the universe. Two Michelle's
One question
podcast. We got a fun guest today.
We do. A very inspirational guest who brought you inspiration in your life way back when.
Way back when. Brooke Jevicks. Hi, Brooke.
Hi. How are you?
Brooke, when I got your message and you're like, hey, this is what's going on with me. Maybe do you guys want to like talk about it? I was like, I go look into, of course, yes. I ran into you about 2 years ago at the Bob at an event because you're always at the nonprofit event. You are always there. And I said, oh my gosh. And you're like, you're like, you remember me, right? Or something like that. And I was like, what? Of course I remember you. I mean, that was so... And so we're like the best, and we're like,
you have so many people in your life.
You're famous, Michelle.
You are,
but
you are.
You have very memorable time in my life. You were a huge part of that we'll get to. But I mean, and then I said, "Hey, Michelle, do you know Brooke?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Friends of friends of friends.
So
and
yeah.
Small
Which means
town.
we're friends.
It
We're
means
all
we're
friends.
We are friends.
Right? So blessed
Yeah.
to know both of you and have you guys in my life.
So you have been doing the nonprofit thing in West Michigan for years.
Yeah, a long time.
Way back when it was called the Old Kent Bank Riverbank Run. So was it Fifth Third? It was Fifth Third Riverbank.
It was Fifth Third Riverbank Run. I think that, yeah, it was.
And they used to have a group of people called the Road Warriors, and they'd mix all different walks of life, right?
Yeah.
And you train for a whole year before the race with like Greg Meyer, who's a Olympian, with the marathon.
At that time, he was still the last American to have won the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he recruited all the elites for the Fifth Third Riverbank Run at that time. And he's always and still remains to be a very good friend to the race and to our whole community, right? He's done a lot for our whole community.
So we trained with this famous runner. I was 222 something pounds or something, which says it's not about that. My point is I hadn't ever really run any kind of race like that. That was huge.
And it's a 25K. This is not
which is
walk in the
no,
park.
it's what is it?
It's 15
15.5.
It's 40 miles. And
listen, it feels like it, right? It's more than a half marathon. It's a really weird, sweet spot, right? And it's
it depends on who you ask. I'm like, sweet, what?
Well, and
I'm like,
that actually
right, sweet spot.
You're totally right. For marathoners, it's a sweet spot because right when the Fifth Third Riverbank Run happens, you should be at that space, running a good pace at that space in preparation for your marathon.
She helped train. She helped train us.
She was
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She was great trainer.
And
that was wild.
Across the finish line.
Yeah. So I trained. We had to do our first race was a 10 mile, and there were 237 people signed up for this 10-mile race, and I came in 237th. I never walked. Here comes a little pop over the hill. Here I come. They're closing up the water stand like, no, keep it open, keep it open. So I did this 10-mile race to get warmed up for it. And then we did a bunch of we did some other stuff. And then this big race. And my vow was to not walk any of it, just to try. But I jog slow a lot of it.
Say that's hard.
Does it? Yeah.
And I did it in
one foot in front of another. It doesn't matter. You did it.
Like 333. And I also wanted to get if you get under a certain time, you get your name on the list. 303 hours and 33 minutes. I took 333 was my time.
Hey, but it's a great metaphor for life. And you were at the finish line.
It is 100% an important metaphor for life.
And you're like, come on, you're doing it. And so that meant the world to me. I've never forgotten your face. I've never forgotten you, your energy.
I will never forget that moment. I'll never forget how proud I was of you.
Yeah.
Because watching you all those months train like that and self-talk through it and believe that you can get through the hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. That you were that you were worthy enough to try and start. You went into that start line with everybody else and you crossed.
And to show up for yourself.
And to show up for yourself.
Practice,
that's the first. Yeah. That's the first thing, anyways, is just to decide to do it and to show up for yourself, right?
And I wasn't good at it.
It doesn't matter. You still did it.
You were good at it.
No, I mean,
you finished, right?
Before that, I wasn't good at commitment and showing up for myself.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay. And it changed.
It's hard for a lot of. It's hard for most people.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, life is so busy. It's hard to show up for yourself.
It is. And
right.
And running is really hard to show up for yourself because it's not always real fun. Like it hurts.
It was. I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter what the time was and what the place was. It was. It's truly still this day because I was involved in many dozens of the races. It was the most beautiful finish I've ever witnessed in my whole life.
Make me cry because she said that like at speeches before she said
it was the most beautiful finish I've ever witnessed in my whole life.
It was good. It was good. I'm just saying, and I know people are going, oh, it isn't. If you've ever tried anything that you've never tried before and then you did it and then you succeed at it, it's like the best.
Dude, I've run the Riverbank like 3 times and I feel all of that.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's a hard race.
It changes your life when you do something that you're set out to do. It makes you. It made me be responsible for other things. I've never been late again. I've never been like all these other things that you want to do correctly because you did one thing correctly.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Showed up.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Well,
it wakes up a different part of your soul.
Yeah, it does.
Wakes up part of your soul.
And your glutes.
You're making.
That's all. And so,
my
and
glutes
and your glutes.
Woke up the glutes, and the whatever, the hammies, and the it does. It does.
Oh my word. It's so hilarious.
Oh my gosh. But that is a perfect segue to kind of, what we're talking about with you today, Brooke. You're in the process of, it's life, right? Reinvention and pushing yourself. And let's talk a little bit. You brought the question to us is what would you tell your younger self going through the hard parts?
Yeah. It is a great segue into life because it is so much about getting through the hard and knowing that those hard chapters are not your whole story. And so what I would tell my younger self is that that God made you perfectly for this journey. This is, even though it feels hard and daunting or falling apart in places, that he's writing your story, and living through the hard is actually shaping you to become who you're meant to be. And there's so much beauty in that. And even those hard moments and the things that come close to destroying you are the very things. I'll get choked up, but I
hate the hard.
But they really are. They are the very exact things that are going to help give you, is going to be a gift to someone else.
No, you're not talking about breaking a nail. I mean, you're not. Brookie,
I'm sorry. I love an awful noise on the microphone.
Great.
I'm so sorry.
You've been through some hard. You're not talking about, I can't find my. You've been through some
I have had many broken nails, but I'm definitely not talking about the broken nails.
Right. Like,
I have, I have gone through some significant abuse. I've ended up finding myself as a single mom.
Okay.
When I became a single mom, I was at that point, no joke, making hardly $29,000 a year.
Oh man.
Right.
Oh boy.
So I found myself quickly going from not having to think through stuff that kind of hard to navigating poverty. I honestly became really close. I was really concerned that I was a good 30 or 60 days away from being put on the street. And then I end up massive, deep depression.
Yeah.
Chronic anxiety, depression so deep that I'm never, not a lot of, there's some people that know some of the story in our market. Not everybody does. And very few people know this, but I actually really thought I would end my life. That's how bad it got. And when you get, I remember before I had that, so many of us think like, how could somebody do that? How could, that's so selfish. You
can't judge.
You can't judge.
There, man.
You can't, because when you get, it's the same thing for addiction, or that you don't understand what it's like to have fallen into such a deep hole. You actually get to a place where you think it'd actually be a gift for me to be removed.
Yeah.
Right? It would be a gift to the people that I love, because I'm just bringing a lot of messiness nonstop to people, and I'm hurting people.
Right.
Like, it feels like you're hurting people. Yeah. But all of that, God really turns ashes to beauty. He really does. All of that ends up getting used for just remarkable things. And so I would also tell myself, my younger self, don't believe the lies, right? Wow. Don't believe you're too broken, that you're too far behind, that you're too much, that you're not, like, don't believe it. They're lies.
And these are lies you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
They are. Or that your circumstances are telling you. They're lies. And you don't believe them. Don't let the lies have so much power and control over you.
Recognize the
lies. That's not easy to do.
No.
But if they are, then ask for help, right? Ask for help, or get on your knees and pray. And I mean, you got to surrender that stuff, right? Because they are lies. They're lies. It's real life, but the lies can be real life, but they are lies. You are never too broken to be healed. You are never.
How did you pull yourself up? Like, how did you ask for help? Like, what?
Oh, so many. Yes, so many things. I mean, I have been in counseling my own self for probably close to 20 years at this point, right? So definitely I asked for help. It's hard work to break some of that and get out of it, right? It takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Yes.
You have to be honest about it. You don't have to be honest about it with everybody. You don't have to do what I'm doing now and be honest about it. And give me a mic, Pete. Let me chat about all the hardest parts of my life.
We have t-shirts printed. Brooke is out, man. You don't have to shout it from the mountaintops.
You don't.
No.
I feel that is what God has asked me to do with it. That doesn't. You just have to find the people you trust and you can lean into, right? And tell someone, tell a friend, tell a parent, tell your spouse, tell someone who you can trust, who you can lean on, who's going to show up for you, who's going to pray for you, who's going to, right? You just
who's going to be in it with you.
Who's going to be in it with you. For you, maybe it's just one person. Maybe it's just one small group of people. Maybe it's a few small groups of people. Maybe there's one person in your personal life, one person in your work life. It just varies for all of us, right?
Yeah.
But now you've gotten to a point that you really do want to share this story with the masses, because that's what you have gleaned, is that this is what you want to do and what you have been called to do. Really.
100%. I know that this is because the way that God has shown up in my life in the most surprising, and it's things like, wow, this is what movies are made out of, right? Yeah. That's what you think. Like, how did that happen? I remember being behind on my student loans once, and I was like, I just kept praying. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get any more help or what to do. And I'm not even kidding.
I know.
All of a sudden, I got a letter in the mail that due to some storms in the Midwest, all of everybody's stuff was brought up to current, and we're getting 3 more months of not paying bills.
Wow.
Why? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one of many. When I thought I was going to end up on I had to sell my house. I got to a point where I had to sell this house that I was in. And I'm like, I'm not going to have enough money to put. I don't know what to do. And when of all times, that somebody just shows up and is like, we'd like you to come here and work. And
wow.
And it was it was tens of thousands of dollars of an increase. Like it
was like
in the right month, saved everything. Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I want to say that I remember hearing these kind of stories a long time ago, like when I was in my hard. I remember sitting in church and listening to people be like, I just knew that I had to tithe more than this, or I gave this, and all of a sudden all these blessings showed up, right? And I remember thinking, okay, so I'll tithe. I did it once. So I was like, okay, I am going to, here I am poor,
right?
No groceries.
I'm struggling, can't get all my bills paid. And I tithed a significant amount of money that I had left to kind of live off of the next few months. So I gave it away in faith.
Okay.
Brooke.
And that, okay, so
look at we're both
wow.
And it did it. And
it did it.
I'm not saying that it did it. I'm not saying I did it. It did it the next week or the next few months. I mean, I had no money to pay the next
screwed for a little while. Oh my God.
Oh man.
So when I say, I love you guys so much. So when I say that, like, I get it. I get that when you hear stories of somebody getting those miraculous gifts, that it sometimes also still feels like, that's nice, good for you, but it isn't happening for me. It might not right now, but you have to know that it can't, right? It can and it will, because your story's not over.
So that's what you tell people. So if somebody needs help today and they're in that dark, what do you give them? What do you suggest? What do you say? What?
The very thing, you have to find the people you trust.
Yeah.
For me and my faith, I would say you have to give it to the Lord, right? You've got to be in prayer. You have to, if that's not right for you, then, you've got to pause and take care of yourself somehow, right? So if it's mindfulness, if it's just be still.
Oof. Yeah.
Right.
It's hard. It's a hard place to be in, especially when you're at the depth.
Listen, I'm still not 100% out of everything. I'm not here because I have no hard and life. And I can't wait to talk about the hard. I'm still in hard. I still have hard too. Yeah. So, but I can assure you, figuring out how to pause and be still. And then find some trust and ask for help. Yeah. It's hard work. I'm not kidding that I have done some sort of therapy or hard work to overcome trauma or to have a mindset shift where I'm deciding I'm in control. Yeah. I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of what's happening.
After reading what you went through, this is, and I've known you now for, it was 18, it was a long time ago. It was many years ago that we did that. This is the most bubbly I hate the word bubbly, but this is the most I've ever seen you. Like, you are focused. You are laser. You get it. You have a vision. You see. I
am on this. You're right.
Are working right now with whom? With where?
I'm with Wedgwood Christian Services.
Okay.
Which,
what do they?
Isn't that incredible?
I was going to say how this aligns.
All of this, right from you starting with the hard in. Sometimes you choose your hard. Yeah. You decide, I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to cross that finish line. Yeah. That's a good place to put yourself in practice, being in the hard. Yeah. And leaning on people to coach you through it or to cheer you on or to support you at the end or whatever. My life and to be in Wedgwood. So Wedgwood Christian Services is supporting people. We provide mental and behavioral health through residential care treatment for kids, youth under 18. Counseling for the whole community.
For everybody.
For everybody. Anybody. Me, you, anybody. And side note, I will say that there's a lot of long waits at some places. There is not at Wedgwood Christian. So you can call right now today and you will have help really quickly.
That is so key.
It's super key. It's super important.
And what is your role there?
I have the joy of getting to oversee our advancement efforts. So our fundraising, our marketing, volunteerism, community development. And this is what I love, when I get the joy of being in the community and sitting in front of people. And when people don't understand, because if you haven't experienced it, it's hard to understand that you can read the books. There's science about how trauma impacts your brain. I mean, it's proven, right? It kills part of your brain. Your thoughts can't execute all the way through. You can't, because your thoughts literally, it's like, I've seen a picture where your thought is going, it hits that dead spot and it drops. Well, now it's not function. Now it didn't go all the way through where it's supposed to. So there is that, but also this is where I feel called. I'm happy to talk about it and just tell you, I don't want to make it about me. It's not about me. I only want to share a little bit about me so you understand when I say I get the hard.
You get it.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Suicide ideation is real. The increases of suicide is horrific.
Yeah.
It was several years ago that it was deemed an entire national crisis. Mental health for kids is a crisis, an emergency.
Yeah.
And it's real life about suicide increases. And I mean, do you know that the second leading cause of death for children 10 to 15 is suicide?
That's so scary.
It's so scary.
It's so scary and it's heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. We have to talk about it more, which is why I will come out and talk about it.
Yeah.
I tell that I've been there. I remember rocking back and forth. I'm not on my bed. I would roll back and forth. I'm a single mom of two amazing, beautiful human beings that are my entire world, heart, and joy. Their names are Vaughn and Emma. And I would rock back and forth and just say, Vaughn, Emma.
Yep.
Vaughn, Emma.
I mean, that's what keeps you alive.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Kids.
Really?
It was just, there's, as much as you think it's better to be removed and take yourself out of, so you're not bringing all this extra hurt to other people's lives. You have to know that it's not a gift.
And that there's help.
And there is help.
Yeah.
And
people
will
love
take
you.
hard work.
People love you.
Yeah,
I think that, we forget sometimes that there are a lot of people who...
everybody that's... You are so loved and adored. You are.
You send this text and she's like, do you think I was like, Brooke, like I mean... you didn't know that about yourself. I mean, how can you not know that about yourself, that anybody who meets you is like, oh yeah, her.
Right.
Oh yeah, her.
That's really kind. You're right. You don't ever know that.
No,
about
you
your own
don't.
self.
I've never forgotten my Riverbank run. I've never forgotten. I can't name every road warrior anymore, but I know Brooke.
Yeah.
Like I can't. And I there's a few, but there's some, I can't name them all. And we were all close. I can't name all 15 of us or whatever, 12 of us, but I know Brooke at the finish.
I know I keep going back to my faith, but to me, I do pray every day. I want God's love to ooze out of me to other people, right?
Yeah.
Because you are adored and cherished. And I'm glad that you remembered me, because that's the way I love you.
Yeah.
I love you and I love you. And anybody who's listening, I love you, right? If God created you.
She's full of it.
I'm full of it. God's
She's full of it.
You were made to walk this path, albeit hard or not, or whatever your heart is, because you have purpose.
We lost Michelle.
You lost me?
We lost Michelle. So we're going to wrap it anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm still in the room, but
Look,
yes.
We're so glad that you're in the room.
Ooh, you can come into this mic.
Okay, here.
Yeah, come into this mic. We've lost Michelle. She's still, her little thing. Yeah.
Love you.
I love you. Okay, so thank you, Brooke. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
Please
so much.
like and subscribe. And remember, we'll have all the information about Wedgwood. Wedgwood? Am I saying it right?
Yeah. Wedgwood Christian Services.
With the podcast.
And then I'll just do just a small thing and I'm available. I want to be available to come and speak. If your workplace, if you're in a Bible or a Bible group or a book club or whatever, if I can come and speak truth into your life or encourage you, then I would love to do that. And they can find me. I'll just give you a link. They can find me.
We'll have all your links. We'll have all links to the podcast.
We're going to put your digits up, so I'm going to give you a call. No, I'm kidding.
Girl. Okay, we'll get to that.
She's full of love.
You can. I want to love you. I want to love you.
Maybe somebody wants to love you back, Wink. We'll talk about it off the air. All right. Anyway, to Michelle's one question. Please subscribe and leave your question. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks, Brooke.
I love you guys. Thank you.